Today we are so happy that we will not discuss our health problems, but instead, we will focus on a healthy lifestyle and beneficial sports that help us maintain our health and well-being from a young age and keep it into old age. So, what does healthy sport and our activity here involve? The idea is that in all our discussions about health, we have emphasized many times that regardless of the system or organ affected, nutrition is the most important factor in any human condition. Secondly, our lifestyle is very important, and a sedentary lifestyle has been a major problem in the modern world for at least 50 years. Lack of movement only adds to our body's problems, and with a multitude of diseases, we have to fight them. Therefore, exercise is vital for modern people because our body is designed to self-heal. We must remember that no pill, supplement, or physical activity alone can ensure our health. If we do not pay attention to movement, rest, and are constantly subjected to stress, no medicine, whether natural or synthetic, can help us restore our health. It is important to move and understand that movement, as Olga has conveyed to us, is the key to a healthy life, with a healthy body and mind. Most of our listeners and employees remember their youth, where great attention was given to sports training, with minutes and hours dedicated to physical exercises. It was a time in our society when there were more healthy people, wherever that might have happened, even in industrial units, where there was a heavy load on the musculoskeletal system, whether it was office work, standing, or sitting, there was always a 5-minute gymnastics exercise organized, forcing us to move. We spent less time driving and performing repetitive tasks at work or at home. Movement, constant movement, is vital. Look at our people who survived the war, they are much healthier than our youth. These people live and cope with this pain in a mentally healthy way. They manage, despite conditions that our youth cannot even understand how they happened. Therefore, we must first take care of our health and understand that it is an effort for all our organs and systems, primarily the musculoskeletal system. Why is movement important, even just walking? No one forces us to go to the gym. We do not need to overexert ourselves by lifting weights and training muscles to be as hard as a rock. But we must be able to support the human body under load. First of all, movement allows us to maintain regenerative capacities because our bone tissues are updated practically daily, even every hour, every minute, and every second. Essentially, a remodeling of the bone substance takes place. The health of our bones and joints depends on these rebuilds because bones are measured based on joints. When we move, muscles put our joints into motion, although they do not regenerate. However, they can maintain their working state by receiving adequate nutrients from food and exposure to loads that allow them to contract. I always tell my students to take a healthy person and put them in bed for 10 days, they will not be able to get up on their own or take a teaspoon to eat. While intestinal peristalsis may still be expressed, movement in the joints, even before the contracture matures, is limited. Therefore, when we move, our muscles maintain the structure of the muscle's contractile elements and actively use the substances necessary for contraction. But these muscles will not contract properly if they do not receive sufficient microelements, such as calcium, which is part of the bone composition and is also responsible for contractile activity. Through proper nutrition and appropriate movement, we maintain an adequate mineral balance. If we cannot obtain all the necessary microelements from our diet, we must take vitamins. Movement sets our bones and muscles in motion and stimulates strong blood flow. It not only supports pumping blood through vessels and nourishing the tissues that sustain movement but also the evacuation of lymph and venous blood, which cannot be achieved without the functioning of muscles. Otherwise, toxins accumulate in the body, leading to various subsequent conditions. Thus, the primary objective of the musculoskeletal system is to maintain the cardiovascular system in shape. Our heart, although a skeletal muscle, plays a vital role in maintaining good health. This component must be subjected to constant load to preserve its functionality. In the past, patients who had heart attacks were advised to maintain complete rest. Unfortunately, they often suffered complications. Now, for people experiencing cardiovascular diseases, restrictions on physical activity are minimal or nearly non-existent in the acute phase. Restrictions are only unlimited for a few days or a week, after which the program gradually extends, forcing patients to move. Those who have survived despite such major interventions can live a full life. It is important for people to continue to lead a moderately active lifestyle, gradually increasing the level of physical activity so that previous illnesses do not return. It is important for every person to understand that an active and healthy lifestyle is essential for the proper functioning of our body. The muscles of the abdominal wall are responsible for creating abdominal pressure. If these muscles are weak or the belly is stretched, this can lead to problems with peristalsis, hernias, and compression of blood vessels, affecting blood circulation in the pelvic organs and lower limbs. Therefore, we should not focus solely on developing the abdominal muscles to achieve a flat and beautiful abdomen, but also to maintain abdominal pressure and improve the functioning of the digestive tract so that we can eliminate undigested products, reducing the risk of constipation. It is important for every person to understand that an active and healthy lifestyle is essential for the proper functioning of our body. The muscles of the abdominal wall are responsible for creating abdominal pressure. If these muscles are weak or the belly is stretched, this can lead to problems with peristalsis, hernias, and compression of blood vessels, affecting blood circulation in the pelvic organs and lower limbs. Therefore, we should not focus solely on developing the abdominal muscles to achieve a flat and beautiful abdomen, but also to maintain abdominal pressure and improve the functioning of the digestive tract so that we can eliminate undigested products, reducing the risk of constipation. Often, when we have constipation problems, we wait for it to pass and then resort to medication, instead of starting to move actively, at least taking a walk of 5 kilometers a day, with 10 kilometers a day being ideal. When we move, intestinal peristalsis is activated and toxins are eliminated from the body. Sport has a positive impact on our bodies, not only for professional athletes but also for amateur athletes who want to stay healthy. However, professional athletes are exposed to greater risks due to overexertion and loss of regenerative and adaptive potential. This can lead to irreversible changes and catastrophic consequences, especially when an adequate level of physical activity is not maintained and/or when sports practice is abruptly stopped. It is the responsibility of parents to prevent these changes that can occur even in children and can lead to disability in the future. By selecting talented or flexible children in sports schools and kindergartens and providing them with appropriate training according to their abilities, we can prevent irreversible changes that may lead to disability in the future. In this regard, it is important to pay proper attention to sports and, at the same time, to give equal importance to other aspects of life. This discussion pertains to sports and money, especially for professional athletes. However, we should be aware that physical activity is a necessary and beneficial product for our bodies, even when performed by people who are not professional athletes. Our support and movement system, as well as all internal organs, sustain a certain constant load. Many organs regenerate constantly, meaning cells are replaced. On average, about 30% of the cellular composition can change in a day, and the entire cellular composition of many tissues in the human body can be changed in a year. This shows how intensively our bodies work and why we need to support them with all the necessary nutrients. No restructuring or support of the structural balance of tissues and organs can be achieved without adequate nutrients. These nutrients are absorbed through the gastrointestinal tract and are normally processed and absorbed into the blood. If there are problems in the gastrointestinal tract, many nutrients cannot be absorbed, and some products cannot be digested, leading to deficiencies in certain nutrients. Why? Firstly, sports require a high protein content, which promotes muscle mass growth, and many vitamins, as they are easily destroyed. Anti-doping control for athletes prohibits the use of fat-soluble vitamins A and E for improving endurance and achieving results. Many athletes take them during training to improve performance and mitigate the negative impact of overtraining on the human body. However, they are banned before competitions where anti-doping tests are conducted. Certainly, you will understand that when we train through walking, running, or even Nordic walking, where several muscle groups are engaged, we need to fuel our bodies with all the necessary nutrients. There is a great expenditure of glucose and many amino acids, which are practically the building blocks of all human body cells, as well as DNA, RNA chains, membranes, and other components of many biochemical reactions, are obtained from food. Therefore, physical activity is extremely important for maintaining the health of the gastrointestinal system, particularly for the structure of the intestinal wall and the receptor apparatus of the cells that help absorb nutrients from the food mass and transport them into the blood. Physical activity also improves liver activity, which is responsible for processing, utilizing, and detoxifying nutrients. In this regard, supporting these systems should be our priority. If the structures of the gastrointestinal system do not function properly, then there is no absorption or utilization of nutrients introduced into the body, which can only lead to a negative load on our bodies. However, physical activity can protect our cells from the toxic effects of endotoxins and exotoxins and help cleanse our bodies at the cellular level by maintaining cell structure. It is important to mention that any deficiency or excess of vitamins and minerals can lead to cell damage, and damaged cells must die through apoptosis. To avoid harmful effects, it is important to activate practically all capillaries. Physical activity supports the structure and proper functioning of blood vessels and helps improve the work of the vascular muscles, which contain well-developed muscle layers for our arteries. These are responsible, in particular, for oxygenating all tissues. It also prevents blood stagnation in these vessels, ensuring normal rheological properties of the blood and helping to activate the bone marrow and other organs that produce so-called erythropoietins, which promote the formation of substances in the red marrow. Otherwise, structural disruptions in the blood can lead to decreased work capacity and motor capacity for both athletes and people who exercise in normal amounts. Therefore, physical activity is important for supporting self-healing processes and cell development, but it is important to take care of our nutrition and take dietary supplements only after consulting specialists. Both athletes and people who exercise in normal or excessive amounts should pay special attention to nutritional balance and maintain proper gastrointestinal function to ensure correct nutrient absorption and prevent nutritional deficiencies. Physical activity can be very helpful in supporting long-term physical performance, regardless of the level of physical activity. If the body needs to rest, it is important to give it this opportunity. However, if you lie down without moving for hours and days, this can lead to blood stagnation and clot formation not only in major organs such as the liver, spleen, and others, but also in the skin and muscles. Therefore, it is crucial to engage in movement to improve blood circulation and stimulate metabolism in various organs and tissues, as blood is the primary carrier and builder of our body. For athletes and individuals who engage in regular or excessive physical exercise, overtraining can lead to muscle fatigue and smooth tissue fatigue, causing blood to begin stagnating in the vessels. This can lead to frequent microthrombotic blockages. Our activator helps prevent blood clots, having an anticoagulant effect and stimulating their destruction and reorganization even if there is already a predisposition or the beginning of their formation, without the need for medication. Additionally, our activator affects connective tissue cells, such as basophils, which can transform into adipose cells that settle on the walls of blood capillaries. This helps produce sufficient endogenous heparin, thanks to the nutritional environment these cells receive from our blood vessels. These cells are found in almost all our tissues, including the liver and lungs. Therefore, our activator is a powerful antioxidant for athletes and people who exercise regularly, providing energy to our cells through sulfonated monosaccharides. This energy, along with various supplements specifically designed for athletes, can pass doping tests. Our activator can ensure the maintenance of our tissue capacities for normal body function without worrying about doping control, as it does not increase blood sugar levels. It helps prevent the spread of diseases, including those transmitted through the air or droplets, thanks to its antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal properties, preventing the reproduction and penetration of harmful substances and agents that can enter the body through the air we breathe or through water. These are the beneficial effects of our activator, which can be useful not only to athletes but also to all individuals who want to improve their health. By preventing and limiting inflammatory processes, our activator protects healthy cells and promotes the healing process. The immune factors that approach inflammation sites help bring white blood cells to the affected tissues, where they are needed to aid in healing. These cells form a leukocyte barrier, which releases powerful biological substances that can cause inflammation and damage surrounding healthy cells. Our activator has effective anti-inflammatory properties to prevent damage and limit harmful inflammatory processes. It can be used without contraindications, even by individuals with blood disorders or other pre-existing conditions, as well as by athletes and those who engage in regular physical exercise. Numerous studies have demonstrated the maximum efficacy of our activator. In cases of leukemia and other blood disorders, our activator can help prevent the excessive multiplication of white blood cells in the bone marrow, which can damage the patient's body. By promoting the proper process of cellular differentiation and highlighting natural immune cells, our activator can help prevent the development of these effects. Our activator has numerous positive effects on the functioning of the body, including in the development and growth of the immune system. It is an ideal dietary supplement for athletes, especially those who train intensively, as it helps prevent and limit inflammatory processes, protecting healthy cells and promoting the healing process. In conclusion, to hypertrophy a certain area of the body, it is important to ensure an adequate blood flow, which is possible thanks to an essential apparatus. Additionally, all the actions we have discussed in the context of diseases are also essential for a healthy lifestyle and the prevention of most diseases. Therefore, 85% of our illnesses are due to inadequate nutrition and an unhealthy lifestyle. Excess body weight is already a result of hypodynamia, and the three pillars that support our body play an important role in preventing any changes and maintaining health. I will not extend the discussion today, but I remind you once again that every self-respecting person must be active, breathe fresh air, and participate in outdoor physical activities. A proper diet based on a balanced intake of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals is essential. Additionally, small and frequent meals are a better option than the usual childhood routine: 2 breakfasts, lunch, a snack, dinner, and even a glass of kefir before bed. This approach helps provide the body with the necessary nutrients and prevents weight gain, motivating a desire for an active life and work. For maintaining overall health and well-being, ACTIVIDAN should always be on hand so that everyone in the family can consume it with pleasure and notice improvements in their energy levels and general health, either preventing or improving problems. By gradually improving health, we will be motivated to be active, work, and participate in social activities. Thus, we can personalize and promote this product that has helped us achieve the desired results. This approach is the best for movement and brain health, which controls our body and drives it to act. So, consume ACTIVIDAN and stay healthy, and I greet you until the next conference.